Hi, it's Liz from Book Learning. Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you the books I got on vacation. There are two that I can't show you. The first one is the first book that we bought on vacation in the airport before our first flight. My husband got a copy of Stephen King's End of Watch, and I can claim to have read 50 pages of it, starting at around page 300. It was a very confusing point to start narrating out loud for him, but the co-pilot has to entertain the pilot when you're on a road trip, so there you go. and then we passed that book on to my sister. So we bought, finished, and regifted Stephen King's End of Watch. Let's see here. Then the next book that I picked up was the first book we got on the road trip portion. So we flew into Vegas and then we drove out to Northern California and back in a week. So we drove up 95 in Nevada, and I bought this at a gas station. It's called Boomtown History #2, a celebration of Goldfield Tonopah area boomtowns, edited by Gene Johnson. And it's just a local history type of book. It's got some postcards and such in it. Let me take those up. And it was part of an event in the area, and it's just a series of essays about different aspects of the boomtown life in the area. And we kept wondering about what was up with Nevada, and now we can learn a bit about it. The second book that I picked up was The Mountains of California by John Muir, with an introduction by Bill McKibben. And sorry about the glare. We got this at the visitor center in South Lake Tahoe, and I was only allowed to get one. But I am not responsible when it comes to book buying, so I have to defer to someone who can be responsible with these things. So I got to pick one, and I wanted to pick this one because it talks about John Muir's experiences when he traveled to California in 1868. He's known as a founder of the National Park System, and we were spending a lot of time in the national parks out there. So I'm really excited to read this. The next book that I picked up was at the Mammoth Lakes Visitor Center and it was really snowy there, so we couldn't really do much and just ended up shopping. So I got to get another book. This is The Essential Mary Austin, a selection of Mary Austin's best writings, edited with an introduction by Kevin Hurley. She's another Western writing figure. It includes her, it's called a California Legacy book. It includes one of her best-known works called The Land of Little Rain, and interestingly, Nevada was really dusty, and there wasn't a lot of rain when we were there, but there has been so much rain out there that there have been severe like flooding types of damages. But the plus side is that even Death Valley was in bloom when we were there. So that was cool. So, The Essential Mary Austin. And I actually just forgot. Before I got the Mountains of California and The Essential Mary Austin, my sister gave me 2 books off of her shelf. So they're both in French. Michel Tremblay's Des Nouvelles d'Edouard. And this is about, she was explaining it to me, and it's going to take me too long to translate it and read it. Anyway, a transvestite or a transgender person, I can't remember which she said. I'm so sorry for missing, for not knowing which, from Montreal, who now is visiting Paris. And she said it was really funny. So if you read that, let me know what you thought. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to the challenge of reading in French again. Speaking of, La Gloire de mon Père, which I just said really terribly, by Marcel Pagnol, and I believe I had to read this in college French classes, or at least excerpts from it. Ooh, a book depository. Bookmark. Thanks, sis. It's a dragon. That's awesome. Yeah, so I vaguely remember it, and I can't translate the back for you quickly enough. This is already super long. So, anyway, going back, we stopped at Spellbinders books in Bishop, California on our way back to Vegas, and picked up these 4. The top one is Clive Barker's The Damnation Game, and that was my husband's pick. So I don't know much about it. But the other 3 were my choice. I got Mark Twain's Roughing It. We kept seeing references to Mark Twain everywhere we went on our trip. So, and then I found out that he wrote a book about his travels from Nevada to California, which we did, to Hawaii, which we did not do. And this is it. So this is exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. I like Mark Twain as a figure, and I vaguely remember some of his fiction stories. So I'm looking forward to reading about his time where we were on vacation. I also got E.L. Doctorow's Ragtime, because I've never read E.L. Doctorow, and I like rag music. It says it's dazzling, a fabulous tale. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to reading my first E.L. Doctorow. So that's it. And I picked up Thomas Mann's Death in Venice, translated and edited by Clayton Kelb, a Norton Critical Edition. And I've never read Thomas Mann, but I had bought Britta Bowler's The Decision, which is a new fiction about Thomas Mann. So I want to read maybe this first, so I don't ruin the freshness of approaching Britta Bowler's book. But this one is written by Thomas Mann, so then I can have that extra context. And the bonus of this is that somebody marked it up. So if I don't understand it, I have some help. Plus it includes a lot of critical commentary in the back. It's a fairly short book with a lot of commentary. And then the last book that we got was American Gods by Neil Gaiman, and I don't have it because my husband is reading it. Oh, and this book. Baby Bear Isn't Hungry by Michael Elson Ross with illustrations by Concy Powell. We got this at the Mammoth Lakes Visitor Center for one of our nephews, and the jackrabbit is for the other nephew. The final funny thing that we bought, and then I'll wrap it up. I know, I always buy a lot of books. That's why I need someone responsible to tell me just one. But he also got me this. It's a new journal. Look at the foxes. They have hats and monocles and bow ties and sweater vests. Because I'm running towards the end of my current journal, and so I'll need a new one. And it's the foxes. I mean, look at that. So that is most of the books that we got on vacation. If you've read any, let me know. And yeah, thanks for sticking around. Bye.